Go4Heroes Americas Cup number 15. This is the quarters, and let's get into the match. Alright, and LetGo, if you would like to please talk for the blue team, which is going to be Backlash, and I will present the red team, CiroC.
Alright, well, on the blue side we have Backlash with Sky on Toronto, Mortachi on Sonya, Disclaimer on... Wow, totally brain fart. Sorry, Malfurion, there we go. Wada Fruck on Thrall, and Baby Nova on Vala.
And over for the red side on Team CiroC, we have JD. I got it correct this time. On the Tychus, we have D Money on the ETC. Mid lane, we have Tassadar going to be working that middle lane on Tech. And on bottom, we have Elmo's My Twink on the Jaina and Q Ball on the Rhaegar. So, let's talk over, their lane compositions at this moment. We have Malf and we have Tassadar, both very good mid lane clears. Okay, up top, D Money taking some damage, but not going to be anything he's going to get away in enough time. So in middle lane, very two clears right there. I mean, they do an excellent job, and you're going to see that Tassadar's going to actually push ahead in pushing this lane because, I mean, Disclaimer on Mouth doesn't have the shields. Down bottom, we have two on bot. We have Elmo and Q-Ball overworking on Baby Nova. They're going to be pushing harder than she will. Up top, though, we have a 2-push and a 3-lane. Up top, D-Money taking some damage from the Sonya and what the Fruck on the Rhaegar. On Thrall, I mean. Sorry about that. So, but he's going to get away. Just slap him back and forth. And this is another thing that you see quite often is a 3-man lane where down bottom you kind of see a 2, but they're fine at the moment. They're adjusting to it as they have to. Up top, they're trying to go on a gank for D-Money. D-Money taking a lot of damage there. Sonya coming out, but not going to be able to do anything as ETC kind of just glides out of there, man. He just keeps rocking LetGo.
Yeah, I'm honestly surprised with how... I mean, Backlash definitely looks like they want to have, Thrall and Sonya roam together. And, I mean, it could definitely work. I can definitely see what they want to do. But at the same time, I'm surprised that CiroC didn't do the traditional 3-people bottom kind of thing. Because that's what I usually see in a personal kind of experience. I usually see people put 3-people bottom kind of thing. So, I wonder how this will all go, honestly.
As you can see in the middle, I mean, CiroC almost had that DK for the first time, the Dragon Knight, and comes out where they end up getting poked off of it. Bottom gets taken back from Backlash, and it's just back and forth now again. You can see over here a little bit of a team fight going on as Backlash is going to try coming in here, slamming CiroC a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. All the members are going to get away, but as you can see, Backlash, they want an engage. They want to kill here. They want to get that first blood. And as you can see, they're just working back, pushing back. You have the vision from Tech coming off in the middle lane for CiroC. So they see who's there, and they have to kind of fall back because Backlash at this point cannot really do anything with that vision up. At the same time, though, CiroC does have the opportunity to get the dragon. Sadly, it's not going to last, as Baby Nova does take bottom. LetGo, how do you feel about the lane so far and about how the teams are rotating around? We talked a little bit about trying to do a gank on Sonya, but overall, who do you think is doing better laning at this point?
In my opinion, I think CiroC and Backlash are honestly pretty even at the moment. Uh-oh. Wow, I didn't even realize that happened in the bot lane. Sorry.
Yeah, I totally missed that also. Again, one of those moments where it was a nuke. It's hard to cover the nukes, folks.
Yeah, anyways. So, wow, and Toronto getting killed up top, while in the mid lane we have Tassadar Kinley getting, like, totally just, I don't know, wrecked. That's the
yeah,
best
I
word for it,
I caught the Tassadar just getting damaged and just wrecked at that point. I did miss Toronto up top, but as what I saw earlier was JD is doing some serious damage to her. Almost killed her about 2 minutes ago, but she ended up getting away with just a smidgen of her life left. And right now, it's in the favor of actually it's kind of even at this point. an experience. DK is going to pop up here for Backlash. Are they going to be able to get it? That's the question, because we have Tech and in the middle some serious poke, but up top they're going to be taking that.
Lane.
And Wada, wow, just gets melted for by 14. CiroC coming in and doing enough damage to end up taking him down. Back up top we have JD just clearing lanes, and this is going to go back into the favor of Backlash with these shrines, but I can't see them getting in there and getting the chance to actually cap this. Backlash does get level 9 first. Not a big advantage, because level 10 is really going to be where it makes or breaks. So I want to see what they end up doing here, LetGo.
Yeah, in the bot lane we have Mortachi and WTF going out on cue ball, but it seemed like WTF hesitated a little bit and they couldn't just capitalize on an easy kill there. But oh wow, CiroC actually getting the DK mid while Backlash was trying to get that bot shrine back. I did not realize this at all.
Yeah, I actually caught that in enough time where I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna get it, and he actually does pick it up just in a clutch amount of time, and you can see CiroC with the first DK of the game going to them at around the 520 mark. So very good job by CiroC pushing this. Now at this point it is kind of low. The first dragon of the game is not really that strong. You can't really do too much with it. So they're just going to play it easy and push these lanes out as best as they can. And CiroC going up top. Both teams level 10. We might see an engage happening up here. D-Money kind of caught out there. And Ancestral Spirit, healing going down on him. Moritz taking a lot of damage from that rain. D-Money pushing him back. But we see Backlash still up in the fight. Full health at the moment. DK is now finally down on Tech. Laser Beam is going down from JD. But it's just going to get melted away. Overall, clean team fight. Each team does walk away with their lives. And we're going to be going back to the phase of Mercenaries.
Yeah, in that most recent team fight, it seemed like that Backlash wanted to engage, but they kept switching out targets. I mean, Sky, on the other hand, was about to get a kill on D-Money, but then they all switched targets onto the DK. And one good thing that I saw in that fight, though, was Jaina was actually able to land a Ring of Frost on about 3 different targets. And on Backlash's side, when D-Money was getting ready to mosh pit them all in that little tiny choke point, he was interrupted right at the very last second. So it was very, very, very close for Backlash.
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening in that team fight. Overall, though, like we said, they ended up coming out where both teams were even on that. No deaths. And you can see up top here, they're just going to be clearing the wave that CiroC has built up here with the Knights. Just going to get that experience in. So Backlash, they're a little bit down in experience at this point. They do take from CiroC. They do take the Bruiser camp down below the Knights. So that's also going to be pushing. And while they are occupied, they are also going to be taking the enemy team's Giants here. So CiroC's going to end up capping those and taking them. Up top, though, I mean, we do have Backlash pushing the gates with their army of minions here and the Knights that are still up and running. They're going to be taking those towers and the gate down. And as you see here, Backlash, just playing tug of war back and forth. Both teams just trying to keep their small gains ahead of the other team and position himself for this next shrines that are going to be popping up here, as you can see on the maps.
Yeah, cue ball walking on disclaimer with a feral. Well, it wasn't really was it feral lunge? Yes, it was feral lunge. All right, and up in the top lane when they had the huge minion wave, it's sad that JD didn't go. The Tychus did not go melting point at level 4 because then he might have been able to save his wall up there if he did. So I'm not quite sure. I mean, I understand the whole point of spray and pray. The overkill range is ridiculous. But over here, cue ball walking on the WTF being completely separated from his team. But a freaking amazing Sundering going in, separating all of CiroC, and CiroC just falling one by one. Oh my god, that was a definitely beautiful Sundering from Backlash. The Sundering completely, totally changed that team fight.
Yeah, it definitely did. Backlash with the great team fight there ends up taking 2 members of CiroC down. Now CiroC, they're going to try and just go on more here, but Sonya, it's just a boss. It's not going to happen. They are going to fall back, and Backlash gets the second DK of the game, and that is 1-1 for the DKs on this map so far. But that fight with the Ring of Frost even was just amazing. Very good job from Backlash overall.
And most definitely, Backlash right now trying to... WTF is being chased hardcore by D-Money, but then Sky will kick him away from the team, and Sky will continue to push the bot lane out. I agree with the move at the moment, because if they can take down walls, they can obviously just go in and easily take down. But D-Money coming in from behind, WTF getting half health, but it's alright. Mortachi going in on JD, and another Sundering, but it hits... Did that hit anyone? It hit hit the Tychus, correct?
Yeah.
And it just seemed like CiroC was trying to force a fight, but they just couldn't handle what's coming after. But a beautiful dance coming in from D-Money, but D-Money will be interrupted by the Rain of Vengeance from Baby Nova, and no follow-up on the dance at all. So CiroC will maybe lose a fort here. D-Money going in, harassing around, and Q-Ball chasing, being really aggressive at the moment. They're just back and forth, poking at one another. And yeah, I mean, that was in favor of Backlash from the beginning, in my opinion. CiroC trying to force a fight when Backlash had DK, I don't think you can just do that. It's not possible, in my opinion.
Going back in on CiroC, they want this kill. They need to get back into this game. I mean, they're falling down right now. As you can see, Backlash is level 16. This is going to be a huge advantage in the next team fight if CiroC does not get back up on the par with them. And as you can, like you were saying, you know, a lot of good engages, a lot of good blocks from ultimates coming down. They're level 10s, and you know, it's just in the favor of Backlash at this point. They have more accomplished so far. They're also, like I said, that level up, which is going to help them. And you see Wada kind of just poking them out here, trying to get an engagement, and they're going in. Wada, D-Money taking a lot of damage, but Wada does go down. D-Money's going to also be the next one taken down. Poke from Disclaimer and Baby Nova, but I don't think anything else is going to happen in these fights, as they're kind of just going to go back and clear the lanes that are coming their way.
Yeah, at the moment, it's almost like a gentleman's agreement between the two teams. Up until, like, if a shrine pops up, there'll definitely be a lot more bloodshed. But at the moment, it's like, nah, let's just clear lanes, and let's just pick off one at a time, and here, let's trade that thrall for an ETC, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
they're definitely trading kills back and forth. It's not like they're doing a full team, you know, team wipe and ace or anything like that. Just playing it by ear, and I mean, both teams are down in this bottom lane. As we can see, we have JD over here starting to work on the Giant camp, along with D-Money coming in to help. We have Tech on bottom, going to start, you know, in case Q does get in a bad position. Down below, we do have Backlash taking the Bruiser camp. They're going to control that. They're also, with Wada, he is going to be controlling the bottom shrine. And I want to see if they do an engage here on the bottom lane, as Tech is starting to get into position. We also have D-Money running around. Tech going in, getting Ancient speared by that. And we have Sundering going down, but does not hit everyone like it was meant to be, in my opinion. And we're just going to be taking this bottom keep for Backlash as they just continue with their pursuit. And, you know, keeping their experience lane over CiroC.
yeah, I think Backlash did a very good job of capturing the Knights and then just pushing, and definitely catching out Teknikk in that fight, because when I don't think Teknikk honestly imagined that much damage being, you know, completely splattered onto him. That's like the best word. I mean, it's a Sonya coming in and spinning around. So yeah, that was a pretty good team fight. The only bad thing I saw from Backlash was that the Sundering, in my opinion, was a little bit late. It did get more than one target, though, which is really, really good. But there was just no follow-up because they were so far back and there was a fort sitting around. But over here we have D-Money coming in, and looks like CiroC is starting to get into position, but at the same time Backlash is pretty much backing away, and they're getting ready to party brush. Look at this. Are you ready for it? Because I'm ready for it.
Well, the only problem is Tech did have vision up, so they did use it, and it looks like it's going to be going in on T5. Wada going down there, and a lot of damage coming out from the ring. We have Rain of Vengeance. Ancestral Healing coming out, but Wada is not going to be able to keep himself up here. You see Mart in the back line here doing a lot of damage as Sonya and keeping himself up. D-Money is caught behind enemy lines here for Backlash. Another member of Backlash does go down, and this is going to turn in the favor of CiroC. As you can see, 2 right there at the end. The only survivor is going to be Mouth, and he, disclaimer, he's heading down bot. He just needs to get a shrine taken here. Overall, CiroC, great team fight there. As you can see on the screen, a lot of stuff just went down, so it's a little hard to comprehend what actually happened, but we do know that CiroC did get 4 kills on them, and this game is sort of back to even. What do you think, LetGo?
The last team fight, I think Backlash's biggest mistake there was not supporting Motherfuck. They pretty much left him to die in a sense, but at the same time, he did go pretty hard in the paint, if you know what I mean. In the middle, we have Teknikk about to get the DK, and Disclaimer will barely interrupt him, but Disclaimer might get caught out here. Oh, D-Money coming in on Waterfruck. Waterfruck getting really low again, but Sundering will land, but it doesn't matter. I think Waterfruck falls.
Yeah, that was just... I don't think that was the best call on that part from Wada. I mean, he clearly went in there. From what I saw, it didn't look like he had full support from all of his team. And of course, it's going to be a DK capture because they have, CiroC has their whole team there ready to cap this. And, one slip up like that can really cost your team, a lot of experience and a lot of force, etc. So, rough spot for Wada, but it's happened. It's done with. Starfall does go down from Sky. Not going to be doing a lot of damage because they do just pop out of it. They do avoid it. There's no follow-up. Tech about under half life here in the Dragon at the moment. And we can see CiroC, they're just going to kind of poke around, clear waves. It looks like they're going to try and go down here and maybe potentially, if they can, at least get the keeps, not the keep, the towers and the gate, and possibly...
Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah.
You said the dragon's at half-life, right?
Yeah.
And this is the 3rd dragon, right?
Yeah.
Are we going to say Half-Life 3 confirmed?
No spoilerinos on this stream, bro.
Oh
alright?
my god.
Alright, we can't give that information out.
I'm sorry, guys.
Dude, we can't do that, bro, because the masses will riot.
Anyway, from what happened was, they were able to get the wall down, but Teknikk falling in the DK, but it's K. Backlash getting bot knights at the moment, and CiroC will actually steal their easies.
Yeah, CiroC is going to take their easy camp, the Giants there. They're going to back off. They don't want to engage in that little tight spot there, especially with Baby Nova with the Rain of Vengeance, and you also have Sonya. So a better pick that did not get in there and go for that team fight. They're just going to end up clearing the lanes, going for their other mercenaries. As you can see, CiroC does have the Giants available on their bottom here. They also have their Knights up. But, I mean, look at what they're doing. They're reading the signs. CiroC has... a feeling that they're going to be going up for their Knights. They go down and they trade for it. They end up taking the bottom fort. Awesome play from CiroC on that.
And also, CiroC at the moment is level 20, so you get upgraded ults, you get storm shields, you get bolts, you get everything. And it looks like they're just going to keep pushing while Backlash will steal their Knights. Backlash is now forced to go back, and I think CiroC is going to force a fight here, level 20 versus level 19. JD actually using his laser right now to take out all the different structures. Look at the range on that thing.
That range is insane.
Totally ridiculous. Look at that. It's just pounding away at that keep, and it's just... What the fuck's getting wrecked by it? Look, I just... Laser OP. Is it hidden LP, man? Look at this thing, man.
That laser has its own elo, that's for sure. Coming from CiroC, though, they're going to back off. They had enough. They secured it. As you can see, Backlash was almost to the point where they were going to be level 20, so it wasn't really worthy of a fight. They want to back off and see if they can maybe get that solo kill so they can turn the tide. But right now, both teams working pretty hard to secure this win, and you can see Backlash coming over from Disclaimer, not going to be able to interrupt or root them. They're going to back off there for CiroC, and you can see just rotating lanes, clearing lanes, and everything like that at the moment.
Yeah, and if you look at the level 20 picks from both teams, Waterfrock actually went with Bolt of the Storm, which is a very good pick in my opinion because he keeps getting caught out and maybe going a little bit too far in. And Malfurion going Storm Shield, and actually Sonya going Nexus Blades rather than Hardened Shield. I wonder why, honestly, because Hardened Shield, in my opinion, is too good to pass up on. Tyrande going with the Rewind, which is, I mean, it's standard in my opinion, so Rewind is good. Bolt on Vala, really good. Upgraded Drill on Tychus. Storm Shield on Rhaegar. Bolts on Jaina and and D-Money. And finally, Twilight Archon, which is the best thing in the world in my opinion. Twilight Archon.
Yeah, it's one of those top picks, especially on Tassadar. And during that whole time, you just see CiroC kind of positioning himself where they're just kind of roaming behind Backlash at this point. And they're going to be going up. I mean, at this point, there's not much left on the map to control. I mean, you have that giant camp down on the bottom left, but who's really concerned with that? I mean, they can take it if they want, but they are going to go up and try and have a team fight here. Tychus is a little bit behind, so I want to see if they're going to wait. But Backlash just kind of playing it safe. As you can see, it's just it just looks like a bunch of horses just like on planes just kind of riding around.
Dude, you're lying because Cue Ball does not have a horse.
That's
He's
very
a wolf.
true. That's very
Come
true.
on,
He's a
Mehsiah,
wolf.
get it right, man.
I know, I'm failing. Failing at this job.
And disclaimers on a freaking Billy Goat thingy, and
It
what
was
a
just
fruck is on
it was just a term, an expression. Let go, but
It looks like okay, fine. I'm gonna let you get away with that. It's good, man. Wow, D-Money actually bolting in, but it doesn't matter. He was able to bolt out. What a fruck was able to bolt out. And getting some damage
Starfire
on
is
Teknikk.
down from Tyrande on Sky, so that's going to be down for another 90 seconds. D-Money wants to go in here, try and get something from Wada, but it's not going to happen as Wada ends up getting out of there in enough time. And still no team fights at this point. Almost going to be 22 minutes in. You know, at this point, DK is very, very strong, depending on, you know, what team ends up getting it. At this point, DK is going to be doing tons, boatloads of damage. You have JD down bottom taking a little bit of damage from Wada, pushing back here, trying to clear the lanes. Nothing serious at the moment is going to happen. Wada poking himself. And you can see they're trying to set something up as the Giants approach their bottom here. And Giants throwing out the rocks. Let's see what happens. Disclaimer going in. Gets knocked back by ETC. Tranquility going out, healing the team up. D-Money taking a lot of damage from that Sonya. Rain of Vengeance going out. Oh, so much damage. Sundering does go out from Thrall, but it's not going to be enough to do anything damage. Laser Beam going down. D-Money going back in. Wada has to back off, taking a lot of damage there. And it looks like this is in favor. Disclaimer. Wow. The Archon doing work as usual. D-Money just stays in there way too long. Tech is taking a lot of damage. You can see Sonya is coming out, just pumping the damage. And, yeah. 1 for 1 there in that engage. Bottom keep, bottom fort. Still available. Very, very low health. And we have CiroC retreating, heading back down. They're going to be taking the Bruiser Camp Knights and working on that. LetGo. Overall, the fight, how do you think it went?
I think Backlash initially had that in the bag because CiroC wanted to force something, and if Backlash would have waited until they committed fully, or if someone may have hesitated on CiroC's side, they could have definitely won a fight easy. And at the same time, I think the Malfurion actually popped Tranquility a bit too early that fight. He pretty much got caught out a little bit, and then, you know, I think he panic popped his Tranquility.
It looked like he definitely did. I mean, he was taking damage, yes, but it wasn't to the fact that, oh no, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. So I mean, it seemed like it was just too soon of a trank pop. And right now, we have Backlash that could take control of his DK, and we have JD here just trying to poke. I want to see Al does go out, so Sky does know where all members of CiroC are at this moment. But up top, CiroC does take that back. Crew Ball taking a lot of damage, just gets melted from Tyrande, the Sonya, Baby Nova. Ooh, very, very low there. And as you can see, one member is down. Rhaegar is down on the side of CiroC here. And this gives Backlash the opportunity to push or get the DK. So I want to see what they end up choosing here, which, I mean, DK would be the best choice.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to get the DK, but there is no one in the mid lane at the moment. Thrall and Sonya are too busy trying to clear top while they get the fort, while CiroC will get the fort bottom. So we might see a fight here. Elmo's about to opting to bolt in, but nothing happens. And now we see Disclaimer just heal up his whole team, fight, and just completely dominate onto CiroC.
Again, I think that was kind of a waste of tranquility, like we saw before. I mean, it was not needed. And look, this might potentially be a team fight where they need it. D-Money taking a lot of damage from Sonya. Starfall, Dude goes out. Sundering does come out, but nothing's going to happen from it. JD, backline, doing some damage, but it's not going to be enough. And as you can see, I mean, just the poke back and forth. Spear goes down on D-Money, taking a little bit of damage. We also have, wow, and that's going to go Backlash to the DK. That is going to be the third DK of the game. 2 for Backlash, 1 for
That's
CiroC.
the fourth one.
Oh, that's the 4th one?
Remember we made the Half-Life 3 joke?
Oh, yeah. I guess that joke was so bad I forgot about the whole situation.
Oh, come on, man.
Okay, so it's the 4th one. Apologize about that, folks. Sky's going in. He's going to end up taking that middle fort for Backlash. And as you can see, they don't want to really waste the DK.
I don't see why Backlash just doesn't go in. I mean, DK does 1,200 damage per hit, and Waterfront being engaged on right here, and he's just being slowly not really dying. He's just being hit over and over. But the Ring of Frost will land on Waterfront and Mortachi. Maybe Nova coming with the Rain of Vengeance, but the Rain of Vengeance will do nothing. The dance goes in, and slowly CiroC is taking this team fight. While they have a DK, Elmo's by Twink. Oh, punch it and wrecked!
Caught that.
The Sundering goes down, and Cue Ball is slowly being... Never mind, it's just healing too strong. And there goes the... Wow, Waterfront is just living! The amount of healing he's getting and he's doing is just ridiculous. Thrall is Green Jesus, and he will not die. And even if he does die, he's Green Jesus, so it's K. Okay,
and that team fight, wow, I just want to say that at one point, I thought it was going to be bad for Backlash. Like you said, they should have went in. I mean, they were in a rough spot. They shouldn't have fought there. And JD going to get taken down in the bottom lane by Wada and Disclaimer there. So right now, 2 members of CiroC are down. Sky and the rest of the team of Backlash are going to start pushing with this while they have the advantage. Lunar Flare does go out. We have the Roots from Mouth going out, also doing damage. Protecting him back. Teknikk taking a lot of damage there because he was stuck in him. Storm Shield doesn't go out, saves him, and D-Money's just going to try and push him back here so they can't do any more damage. But overall, LetGo, I mean, that team fight, it looked like CiroC had it.
Yeah, most definitely, because CiroC, they caught them with their pants down because Backlash, for some reason, kept backing off when they had a 20, like, what is it, 25-minute DK or some crap?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That DK is gonna hit like a brick to the face. I mean, yeah, that DK would have hit so hard on their structures. I think Backlash should have just tried to end it there, because they would have forced CiroC to defend, and I don't think CiroC would have been able to do it, honestly, because a DK hitting for 1,200 every hit on a structure, that's just too much.
Definitely a lot of damage that comes out from the DK at this point forward from 20 minutes in and on. And like you were saying, though, I think the DK just, it got wasted for the most part. And you don't really want to be doing that at this point. It's very crucial. We can see up top, CiroC, they're heading back into the base. They're expecting this bottom wave to be pushed up from Backlash. But I want to see what's going to happen. As you can see, Al does go off from Sky, hits members of CiroC. So they do have vision of all their members of where they are at this point. So does Tech. But Backlash, just going to fall back, play it safe, and just wait for this next Shrines to pop and get ready for the next DK.
Yeah, with this late into the game, I think you could honestly just group up as 5, push down a keep, and just immediately just take down a core really quickly, especially since both teams, especially CiroC, I mean, they have Draken Laser and they have Archon. The amount of damage they can do to a core is immense. Like right now at the top, it looks like JD is gonna try to take down that wall up there, and I think it might be a base race. Look at this. Oh man.
Uh-oh.
This is
Base
the race
race.
of the ages. It's the race of the ages. I wonder who's gonna hesitate, who's gonna go back, who's not. But it looks like so far it's sort of even, but no. It's gonna be base race. Backlash is already on
Backlash
the
is
core.
definitely doing a lot more damage at this point, and
Yeah.
this is going in the favor of Backlash. If CiroC does not come back for this, they are going to be out of this, and you can see Backlash just doing overall more damage to that core. And GG, folks. That ends up going to Backlash. They're going to be moving on to the next game.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a little bit disappointed of how it ended, but it was a smart move to do.
I
Definitely on Backlash's part, because